The Eastern Florida men's soccer season comes down to one game. A victory secures a Region 8 title and moves the Titans a step closer to the national tournament. It's win or go home against rival and reigning conference champ Daytona State. Live from Orlando Health Stadium on Eastern Florida's Melbourne campus, it's the Titans and the Falcons next. It is a soccer night on the Space Coast. One win to rule them all in Region 8. Eastern Florida State College, ranked number 16 at 7-5-1, taking on their rivals from right up I-95, the fourth-ranked Daytona State College Falcons at 13-2. Good evening and welcome everybody to Orlando Health Stadium. My name is Jeff Radcliffe, joined by the head coach of Florida Tech, Ryan Moon, and we've got a bit of a cup final, if you will, tonight. The team that wins this tonight takes the championship in the conference.
Yep, it's a winner-takes-all, and what more could you want from a winner-takes-all game than bringing two rivals together that have had battles all this season to put it all on the line tonight in this fantastic stadium. I mean, it's all set up for this prime finale.
And just like it did a year ago, it's two teams that have no love lost. These two have played two games against one another this year, both 3-1 on either side. The most recent was a week ago, a 3-1 loss for Eastern Florida. But in those two games combined, 61 fouls and 17 yellow cards. Could we see more of the same tonight, you think?
I think we're definitely going to see more of the same. It's like you said, it's a cup final mentality. Emotion's going to be high, passion's going to be high. Everyone's going to be wanting to win out there, and I think, I think we're going to be in for more of the same.
Teams still take the field. Eastern Florida will be in the home whites tonight, and the Falcons of Daytona State in blue. We will now pause to listen to our national anthem. Well, let's take a look at tonight's matchup. Our players to watch. First for the Falcons, Kevin Kelly, a guy that's got 25 points on the season. He scored 2 against Eastern Florida on Saturday. They have to find a way to stop him.
Yeah, 9 goals, 9 assists on the year. Described as a silky player, high soccer IQ, true number 9. I think with the perfect amount of athleticism, he can be the complete package on his day.
So 9, 9, and 9 for the Irishman, Kelly. Sam Bailey on the other side had a goal in that game. It was an Olympico off of a corner for the Spalding UK native. Key cog here tonight for Adam Butler.
Yeah, he's a leader. He's a presence in that midfield. Expect him tonight to cover a lot of ground and have a big impact in all aspects tonight, and maybe even chip in with a goal or assist.
Let's set up the starting 11s for each team. On the left, Daytona State College, the keeper is William Diaz. In front of him, the center backs Ficula and Nicholson. Redmond and Fleshhood are the outside backs, left and right, respectively. In the midfield, Du Yindersuk, Emmanuel Denis, Carlos Zambrano, and Damian Rogers. And then Cordero will play up top alongside Kevin Kelly. For Eastern Florida, Jorge Ortega gets his 11th start in the net. George Wyatt and Hayden Wood are the center backs. Ryan Thomas and Chamberlain on the outsides. The three midfielders, Thomas Duggan, Mo Holman, and Sam Bailey, who we mentioned. And the forwards, flanking either side of Jack Nelson, Rolando Onu and Jaden Selden. There is Bart Sassnet in his 7th season now, native of Fort Walton Beach. Spent 9 years at Darton State, and he has built this Daytona State program from scratch with a little help from Joe Avalone. We'll get into that during this broadcast for sure, but a very well-respected soccer mind in the state of Florida. So that is Bart Sassnet. Eastern Florida led by first-year head coach Adam Butler. The London native was the head coach at Coastal Bend College in Texas for a bit and is trying to turn this program around and get Eastern Florida back to the promised land, which just happens to be on this field here in a couple of weeks as the national tournament will be played here at Orlando Health Stadium. What brand of football has Adam Butler brought to this team when you've seen him this year?
Yeah, I mean, he's a tactician. You know, he really analyzes the game a lot. He thinks about, you know, the different aspects of just the smallest of details. You know, field size, whether the players are tired, fatigued. You know, what the run-in is coming up, and just thinks about a lot of the small details that really help you in the long run. And
he looks like he could still get out there and play.
He does, yeah. He looks very fit, yeah.
Fit as a fiddle. Yeah, that national tournament will be November 13th through 19th. Outside chance both of these teams could make it if the results play right, because Daytona State has a national ranking of number 4, so they could afford to lose tonight and still get in as an at-large. Eastern Florida needs to win, being ranked 16th. And talking with Bart Sassnet, we don't want it to go to that. We want to take care of business. So they won the most recent. These two teams have split, so it comes down to this. Had Eastern Florida won last week, this game wouldn't have needed to be played.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to leave it up to chance. They'll be wanting to make sure that tonight it's the job's done and they know for sure leaving here.
Right. You and I here last year, the sophomores were in the same position. They needed to win to force a third game and were unable to get it done. So that creates a hunger and a fire, doesn't it?
For sure, yeah, definitely.
Each team being put through their final paces. Eastern Florida looking loose. And the Falcons huddling up as we wait. 45 here on this first half clock, getting set to go. Titans last made the NGCA tournament in 2018. They reached the semis. Did the same thing in 2015 as well, both times losing to Tyler and then Barton in respective years. So glad to have you along. Our final athletic broadcast of the fall season here on WEFS. So glad to have you along. Jeff Radcliffe, Ryan Moon, and our entire crew. Been looking forward to this all week. Expect fireworks in more ways than one, I think. There will be no tie. And we're off. It is game on in Melbourne. And immediately playing the ball forward, Onu will give chase. The right back is Dalton Fleshhood. He'll have the throw. Titans trying to stay on the front foot here to go. In the first minute. Our referee is Camille Sakura. He's assisted by Eric Proctor and Carlos Morales. They will be busy gentlemen tonight, I have to say.
You can already tell with the volume out there, the intensity both teams have started with.
A bit chatty. Here's a throw. And a touch. It will stay with the Falcons. Dalton Fleshhood out of Orlando. Business major. He did play with Kevin Kelly, our player to watch in the NPSL for Tom Traxler at the Central Florida Panthers. So some familiarity with some of the guys on this Daytona State team. Ahead it goes. Damian Rogers, that right midfield hybrid spot, forward spot. And will run out of real estate, and it will be in behind for a goal kick. Jorge Ortega, Tijuana, Mexico, the one player that came with head coach Adam Butler from Coastal Bend, and been a true leader back there for the Titans all year long.
Yeah, he's got great size to him. You can tell he's comfortable with his feet, which really makes the back four comfortable to have them behind him, and just releases a lot of pressure when you can have a goalkeeper that's comfortable with their feet.
Turned over on that far side. Now Kelly gets his first foot to it. Dial it back. How big will be the first goal in this, do you think?
It'll be very big. Both teams will be a little bit cagey, I'd imagine, to start with. They'll be able to make sure they limit their mistakes here early and make sure they don't concede that early goal. Just while they take their time to settle in and find their feet, and especially in a game of this occasion.
Thomas immediately under pressure. Wood, English center back combination. He and George Wyatt been playing there all year together, developing that chemistry. Onu couldn't hold the touchdown.
Good bit of movement there from Eastern Florida, just in the build-up, making sure that, against the two forwards that Daytona have got, they're trying to find that space in behind them to get Sam Bailey on the ball. And, if they miss him out, then they're looking for those spaces out wide. And just great positional play there from them.
Fleshwood. And just played in by Du, wearing the 31 shirt from Bangkok, Thailand. There's 14 letters in his last name, mostly consonants, so he just goes by Du. Thank you for that, I guess. Kelly. Come deep to get on that ball for Daytona. Zambrano now crossing halfway. And a trip up, and we got our first foul.
You can see the quality that Kevin's got. I mean, when he's holding the ball up, his mobility's there, and he's strong, and just the small details he does really well.
Fleshwood closed down by Onu, slipping it ahead to Rogers. So far, it's been the Falcons on the front foot here in the opening 4.5 minutes. Now you're going to go on the road at your rival. You got to go in and take it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no holding back. I don't think either team are sitting in here, and both are coming to play.
First corner kick of the match will come the way of the Falcons. Zambrano, who takes the lion's share of the free kicks there for Bart Sasnet, will serve it in with the right foot. Arcing high to the back stick. Yeah, foul happened inside the box, and that will be that. Zambrano, high school state champion at Doral Academy a few years ago here in Florida. Camille Sakura, the referee, is going to be a busy man tonight. Interesting, we had our conversation with Adam Butler ahead of the game, and he said the thing that jumped out between the two games, the one they won and the one they lost, was the mileage that the players logged in the running.
Yeah, it sounded like there was a big difference in that, and when you've got the data at hand that we have these days from the GPS tracking, and it's you can tell players that they haven't run much, but when you can put it in front of them and show them the data, there's no argument at that point.
But I did try. That's like my son. No, you didn't. Should get those for every parent should have that for their kids, right?
Yeah.
Track them. Foul will be Daytona again here in this attacking half. Zambrano's been on the ball a lot. Now Eastern Florida and White will try to get into their attacking half. Will do so here. Selden just inside the area will leave it back. Mo Holman skirts it across the top of the 18 and will come out. A nasty challenge. Nothing doing there. Going to ground was Cordero, the forward.
Full-blooded tackle, that one. Straight through. Right. Clean as you like. Went straight through the ball, but went through the man after. And, you know, a great tackle you want to see in the first 5-10 minutes of a rivalry game.
You may be a Titans or a Falcons fan tonight, but this will be a great one for the neutral.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, anytime there's a physical game, it's brilliant to watch.
Titans players want to restore the order. Losing on their home field last year in the final game to this team left a bad taste. Thomas. Be interesting if these two teams can keep this high energy, how long that can last.
Yeah, they've both come out firing and some good energy, good speed, and seem to be getting matched player for player right now. Be interesting to see the fouls, you know, if they continue to go. Set pieces here but could become very important, especially in a game where, you know, there might not be a lot of chances because both teams are trying to stay very tight. You know, the one thing in these games is you don't want to lose. You don't want to give up goals early. You want to stay in the game as long as you can. And there's set pieces could be a big piece tonight.
Steve Fakula, the center back from Manchester. They take those deep free kicks here for Daytona State. They had the season of seasons a year ago. For the 8th seed in the NJCA Championship Tournament, 1-1 in pool play. Finished number 8 in the country and lost in double overtime to Salt Lake, the number 1 team in the country in the tournament. So the margins are thin. And now a chance here for Eastern Florida. Sent across by Selden. It's in front. It's in the net. Goal! Eastern Florida Titans. And big Jack Nelson gets the party started.
Gotta love it. Going up to the camera, celebrating. You can see the passion right there. What a fantastic start to the game.
What happened here?
Yeah, you just saw there. Just got caught. Dalton Fleshwood just got caught under the ball. Jaden Selwood could get in. Drove nice and direct down the line. Whipped a fantastic ball in with his left peg. Put it right on the money. And just what you want your number 9 to do. Jack Nelson there just putting it away. Fantastic.
Goal
Great
number
composure.
12 for Nelson. Started the season coming off the bench as a spark player and real quickly learned, this coaching staff did, that you need to have him in the starting lineup. Nose for goal.
I mean, that final product's just so important. You can bring a spark coming off the bench, but if you're bringing final product, coaches want you out there.
12 goals to go with 5 assists. And that ever important first goal. And safe to say, somewhat against the run of play over the first 10 minutes.
Be interesting to see the next 5 minutes. You know, they say you're at your most vulnerable after you just scored. Correct. So Eastern Florida will need to keep it tight right now with their emotions running high still from that goal, and be a little opportunity for Daytona to maybe sneak back in the game.
The other thing you usually say, and I'm sure Bart Sassnet will bring this up, that you concede a goal in that first 10 minutes, yeah, goals are usually given and not earned in that situation.
For sure.
But that seemed earned to me.
Yeah, it was
Selden, really good ball.
Really took advantage of the missed header there and got his space and made the most of it.
Got the lead. Wyatt now, big, strong starting defender. Whoa, good move too.
Daytona's still staying patient. You know, it seems like they're not changing much. They've got, they're not pressing too high, letting Eastern Florida bring the game to them. And it'll be interesting to see, the more the game goes on, if the score stays the same, how that may change.
And forward. Boy, contact here. here near side, just in front of our broadcast position. An adjudication to be made by Camille Sakura. Check on the Daytona player. Fleshhood slow to get up, but he's up. This is Emmanuel Denis, Frenchman with Haitian background. See him cover a lot of spot. Number 6, wearing the number 6. Titans on the front foot here. Goal, 36-minute mark of the first half. The difference here, but we got a long way to go. Now pressure. Ortega. Cordero chases. Now Fleshhood. Ooh. Well, you have to be brave tonight. A throw here for Eastern Florida. Take another look at the goal here from behind.
See the composure here, able to just take it down, and then the desire just to tow it past the keeper there. Fantastic centre forward play.
And that will find you a place at the next level for sure. Got there early to Denis. Easy call for the referee. Titans were hoping for a quick restart.
That was maybe just a little bit of retaliation there from the one a couple of minutes ago. You foul my player, you'll get one back a little later.
It's the unwritten rules. Clean up the mess. We'll do so. Now up that right flank. Onu sends it all the way across. Room to catch up here for Bailey. Ooh, off the noggin and earns a corner.
That's what we spoke about before the game. Sam Bailey's going to be everywhere. Great sprint there to keep that ball alive and make something out of it. Came from nowhere, got on the ball, looked to make something happen, managed to earn his team a corner.
Dalton Fleshhood took one right off the face. Corner kick here for Eastern Florida in swinger. Now Bailey scored on one in the last meeting between those two. Eventually an offside as that ball had the keeper, William Diaz, moving.
Yeah, just looked like George Wyatt there, peeled off to the back post. Almost like heading a goal kick when it comes to you like that and you're heading it back straight across the goal. It's where you want your big centre-back, keeping it alive to make something happen. It can either go in there at the far post or it can have someone attacking it and tapping it home.
Back there. We'll get a restart. And we'll leave it for Zambrano. Fleshhood. And we'll switch it to that left center back, Ficula. Good service in. Right it all the way to Ortega. Quarter hour gone here. 1-0 to the good for the Titans.
Doing a good job here, just taking the sting out of the game a little bit.
Yeah, the pace is slow in the last few minutes, hasn't it?
Yeah, there's always when there's a fiery game and you get a goal, you don't want it to continue being that transitional game of attack and defend constantly. And
Onu putting the pressure on, and Diaz couldn't do much with it.
It came out of nowhere there. talking about how stale the game has started to get, and all of a sudden they get some pressure and. You know, Onu here just trying to make something happen, forcing the issue. A little bit casual there from Diaz. Got away with it in the end.
Trying to point out, hey, he needed some options there, not just the standard one out left. Boy, now the track meet looking for Kelly. Wood got the better of that exchange.
Love to see that from Diaz. Just got caught on the ball being a bit casual, but then has the confidence to zing one out there over the head of the forward to the left back. Put it right on a dime, right on his foot. Brilliant.
Jordan
Great
Redmond,
confidence.
sophomore out of DeBerry, started University High School in Orange City. Starting left back here for Bart Sasnet, who has a number of Central Florida players, including the keeper, William Diaz, who started Seminole. Players from Oviedo High School, Daytona Pine Ridge. You got to mind the local talent. They're the ones that really fill the roster up for you.
Yeah, great amount of flavour to both sets of teams. Got the local talent, you got the international talent. It does become a good balance between the two.
9 countries represented on the Falcons roster, 11 for Adam Butler's Titans. To the near side, this is Thomas. He'll play it up the line. Let Nelson check to the ball. Bring this back in a conversation here from the referee.
I imagine that won't be the first conversation that happens tonight.
Nelson, corner of the area, turn his way around 3 players, trying to get out of pressure. Selden really confident on the ball. Now, Falcons on the move, crossing halfway, held up by Kelly. Just meandering his way through the midfield, 1 touch forward. Pacey Rogers trying to get on the other end. Rogers out of Yokosuka, Japan. A number of Japanese internationals playing for Bart Sasnet again this year. Rogers loses possession. There's not going to be any time on the ball tonight.
No. It seems like there's initially that first tiny bit, and then the press comes, and then we're into those higher areas where there's not getting any time. It's great defending though, getting so tight and not giving them a sniff right now.
Down Zambrano. Now Rogers. Flash it to Denis. Kula. Find Kelly. Not going to have enough pace to reach that one.
Eastern Florida doing a good job of staying compact defensively, not giving up a lot of things side to side from Daytona, but anytime it comes into the forwards or wide areas, Eastern Florida shifting well, staying compact, being very difficult to break down at the moment.
Good energy in the building tonight thus far. Titans will need it. Kula. Left, Redmond waits. Options closed down. Onu immediately putting on pressure and earning the ball. No, be a throw-in. mostly as a backup. Last year had 4 goals. Same amount he's got this year. To go with the 7 assists. Oh! Nearly doubling the score line there. Got ahead to it, did Nelson. Sure would like to have another chance at that one.
Putting himself in good position again, Jack Nelson. Exactly what you want from your centre forward. Putting yourself right between the sticks. Just quite couldn't get enough on it. Maybe still got shampoo on his head.
Wash, rinse, repeat. Thomas with some space to operate. Closes down, cuts in. Duggan being harassed. Ball awarded back to Daytona State. Coming in 13-2, their lone losses, Eastern Florida, back on the 14th of September. And then Monroe College, ranked number 2 in the country. Watch out here. Boy, the Pacey Zambrano is lurking.
Great run from midfield, that, and well picked out. Great defending to match it. Almost though. Daytona need a little bit more spark like that, just to test Eastern Florida. They're playing a little bit predictable. If they can mix it up a little bit like that, going a bit over the top and play short, then it will keep Eastern Florida on their toes.
That one off. Deep throwing upcoming for the Titans, ranked 16th, 7-5-1. Last year, when Jeff Carr was the head coach, 3 of 11 starters were walk-ons. Much different makeup this year for this team. Just 8 players returned to the roster, so it was a major changeover with Adam coming in.
Yeah, and that has, you know, its strengths and weaknesses too. You know, there's a lot of turnover, so there's you know, some gelling period for Eastern Florida, but they've adapted well, and Coach Butler's got them working very fast.
Fletcher can't keep it in. Nine minutes in from Nelson, the difference right now. Bailey. Now Onu turning on the Jets. Fletcher did just enough to get it away. Cordero. Not able to do much with that. Offside.
Yeah, Coach Butler will be a bit frustrated with that. He'll want Jack Nelson there to be getting himself on an onside position for when that ball comes up, to hold it up and bring people in.
Kelly. Zambrano from distance. And smothered and covered by Ortega. Coming up on 20 minutes to go in this first half. Onu. Duggan with the one touch. Now Selden. Tight quarters, away it goes. The German Mo Homan. Try the right side. Chamberlain. Falls to the top of the box. A shot on the way and saved over the top of the bar. An effort from Selden. Thought he had it.
Fantastic save. Unbelievable footwork. Just when the ball popped out there, hit it first time, I thought it was going right in the top corner. Unbelievable agility there. See Jack Nelson's run here, sucks in 3 defenders. It just leaves it wide open at the top of the box. Merest of fingertips to just tip it over the bar. Fantastic agility.
We await the corner. And Bailey. Reinforcements coming on here for the Titans. Junior Smith, the player on. Curls into the back stick. Selden, that effort wasn't as good.
His eyes lit up on that one.
Yeah, that's right. Didn't get over the top of it. So you've got the option, Junior Smith coming on off the bench, 7 goals, 5 assists. Did have 2 goals and an assist against Daytona State in that game back in September. One of those goals came in the 80th minute. Or actually, both of them came after the 80th. So flair for the dramatic for the number 11 out of Manchester.
Nice to have that option. Give your starting forward a break and bring someone on with that much quality.
Oh. Duggan couldn't quite control. The moment it's Eastern Florida winning the 50-50 balls. Duggan, the Australian. Oh, challenge will bring out a card. Stoppage at the clock at 18:45. Camille Sakura surrounded, and the card is out of the pocket. So yellow card showed to the center back. Take a look here.
The heavy touch and trying to make up for that touch, and just went straight through Duggan there.
So Nicholson goes into the book. These teams combined for 17 yellow cards. There were 6 in the last match, 11 in the first.
Easy one that, I think, for the referee.
Just late. Yep.
Yeah, just late. Not malicious, just had a bad touch and got away from him and trying to make up for it and just overextended there, and Duggan got there first.
And what you've done, if you're Daytona State, now you're letting number 8 get on the ball here in a dead ball situation.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. Put the ball in the box.
He and Smith there. Bailey all the way, trying to get over the top of it. Couldn't get it up and down.
Yeah, it was going to need to be a hell of a strike from there. A little bit far out, but he's obviously got the quality. You know, we've seen him do it before, and you can see the whip and pace on the ball. Just didn't quite get it right that time.
If it was easy, anybody could do it.
Exactly.
Titans are really starting to control some of the possession here, too. Last 15 minutes or so have been on the attacking half. Wyatt. Bailey chased. Gets the ball away. Kula's on it. And making Kelly a spectator on the other side. Job done. Ooh. Our microphone placement has been perfect tonight. One thing that would make this broadcast better is 3D cameras. Duggan got a touch to it. 50-50 at the halfway line. Right on the touch line. Bit of a wheelbarrow, and coming out of there was Rogers. Kelly marked close. Denis, Kula. play it direct again. Trying to find Kelly.
Wood and Wyatt doing a fantastic job taking care of any balls up into Kelly. Anything in the air, they seem to be winning, tracking balls in behind.
Thomas gets it off to the right. Back to Holman. They're giving him space to operate. We'll make the switch. Chamberlain's there. Beats one defender. Chamberlain will get a look here. Crosses away. Dealt with by Nicholson. Good combination up the right side. Off his line, snatching it is Diaz. Bart Sasnet called his keeper the most detail-oriented keeper I've ever had. He's more detail-oriented than I am. You like that in a keeper.
For sure.
4.0 GPA. Majoring in nursing.
So many little details and points of focus when you're a goalkeeper. Just the smallest things can make a difference to making a save, or, you know, organizing your defense to where you don't even have to make one.
Duggan. Selden doesn't quite sit for him, able to get it wide here to Junior. Smith on the overlap, too strong for Thomas. Sasnet will bring in a reinforcement now. And Shota Tokuhisa. Settle in here. It looks to be for Rogers. Making his 11th appearance of the season, has a couple of assists. And Adam Butler will do the same on his side. Duggan comes out for a spell. Izon Gill has checked in for Eastern Florida, the big Belize international, on his 10th appearance. The Beast. Smith to Bailey. Just wrong-footed Ryan Thomas. Coming up on 13 minutes to play in this opening half.
Yeah, important last period to the half here. You can tell both teams are just starting to get a bit tired. Maybe the emotion's starting to wear off a little bit. Things could start opening up.
Ball serves cross and will be in behind for a goal kick. Yeah, you always see these little minute changes when the chess pieces move. You have some come off the board, some new ones, and the complexion changes just a tad.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to change the momentum, and you know, especially in this time of the game, you got some fresh legs out there and some tired legs, and it just takes a little bit of time to adjust when those new players come on.
Ortega comes in a .84 goals against average. On the other side, Diaz .69. Every time that number starts with a 0, that's getting it done.
Yeah.
Or you've got a great defense in front of you, or both. Junior Smith, athletic forward. He gets back on the ball. Denny. Kelly Bailey covering a lot of ground, just trying to find that open spot. Can't get him the ball.
Great work defensively there. 1v1, you get the extra help coming over. Makes it easier.
Selden gives it a go, hopeful.
Eager to make something happen tonight. See it again here. Again, Selden getting on the ball. Just wants to make things happen. Wants final product, wants to score, wants to assist. Not his finest of shots, but again, getting in the right areas, especially central now, and making things happen, testing the keeper.
Onu off. Hubert Daragon, Canadian out of Quebec. Going to run out here in the last 10 minutes or so. Making his 14th appearance. Zambrano pushed off the ball by Daragon, puts that over the top, and goal kick once more.
Zambrano again. He had a run in behind before, trying to get on it. Now he's getting the ball to his feet, running at Eastern Florida. He's again, just like Selden for Eastern Florida. He's wanting to make things happen right now. They need that spark. They need that energy. It just takes one moment to get back in the game.
Direct. Corralled by Nicholson. And booted forward by the keeper. Definitely brought down by Wood. Or Wyatt, rather. Back on the ball now. Cordero putting on pressure. Ooh. Smith. Bailey, right at halfway, spinning out wide right. Chamberlain. And
just caught him a little late there. Just as he set the ball off, I think he just caught him.
So add the foul, now free kick Eastern Florida from way out. See how much boot Bailey's got. Now he'll just take it back and be content with the possession here.
Eastern Florida would be very happy with this, taking the sting out of the game again, keeping possession of the ball. If you've got the ball, the other team can't score.
Ahead. Aragon proven to be a bit of a pest. Crazy. You bring off players like Onu or Nelson or Duggan or Selden, and then just more attacking talent comes in there. Wears you out.
Great little run there. Just checked back to get onside, which caused problems because he was the wrong side of the centre back and just couldn't quite get there.
Well, a little too much grabby for Moritz Homan. A bit.
I think Coach Butler
chipper with the language, perhaps.
Coach Butler will be happy with that one. You know, that's what you want from your midfielders. Not giving any time or space to your opposition there, getting tight, you know, all over them, trying to make them force a mistake.
Options cut off there. Cordero Zambrano now. Back it goes, held up by Junior Smith. Harassed and turned it over. Denis on the ball. Isa. Izzy is on Gill. All eyes on him as he goes down. And he's up.
It's those tired legs coming in now. A couple of chippy fouls just from being a second or two late.
Comes the pressure. Scan things forward. Gill. Chase is on. That's Redmond on it. Throwing back to the Falcons here. 5.5 minutes to play in this opening half.
Eastern Florida have really grown into this game. They've got their foothold on it now, got control in possession. Moved Daytona back and back and back to where they're struggling to get out their half at the moment.
Should you say this pace favors them? Should it stay like this much of the match?
I think at this point, while they're winning, they'll be happy with the pace of the game and, you know, slowing it down. Bit of stop-start with free kicks.
Could lead to some frustration on the other side, which leads to mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be surprised if Daytona stay the same way, if the score stays the same, if they maybe press a little higher in the second half.
Shaking off one challenge there to Selden. A yank on the arm. Call for the referee. Cordero move tight spaces. If there were still such things as phone booths, you couldn't take the ball off him. He was in one.
Little chippy. Couple of little ones there just coming in. Wouldn't surprise me if the ref starts having a couple of conversations and maybe pulling a card out here just to, you know, get it to half-time, make sure nothing gets out of hand.
Whoa, little gamesmanship. The Rockledge man, Thomas Chamberlain, will have the throw. Change coming. Looks like Nelson may come back on here. Can't tell. Correct. So they can sneak in another one before the halftime interval. He's got the lone strike in this one. Came 9 minutes in. But that one from distance, had it covered. Diaz had a lot of sting on it. Ooh. Bailey draws the foul. No, concedes it.
I think if we see one or two more, I think the next one could be
the persistent infringement.
Yeah. Just sense a bit of frustration in the players.
It's not an easy game to officiate.
No, for sure. I mean, you're in charge of keeping all those emotions in check, and you know it's hard to be perfect at the same time.
Woods on it. Play it safe.
It's important these last few minutes to do that. Keep it nice and safe. We just saw Diaz at the other end give the ball away for an attack for Eastern Florida, and especially in these moments, at this point, you just want to keep everything tight. If you can nick something, great, but otherwise you want to get to half-time and make sure you don't concede right before the half.
Well, it's been an opportunity here on the set piece, 90 seconds to go. Zambrano with the right foot. Chance to equalize before halftime. In the air, in swinger low. Smith got his head to it first. Eastern Florida player is down right at the 6. Clock continues to run.
This is what you want from your centre forward. Gets up well, big defensive header. Like a little clash off the ball there.
The referee will stop it at 54 seconds. We wait for Hayden Wood to return to his feet. Adam Butler certainly starting to think about, okay, what adjustments are we making when we talk to the lads at halftime? Yeah, still got to see out the last 54 seconds, though.
Yeah, exactly. They want to go in 1-0 up and keep that momentum. Any changes, a goal either way right now would definitely set some momentum in the second half. So they want to go in now, and like you said, he'll already be picturing some ideas of how he wants to play in the second half.
Ball over everybody. Nelson didn't get what he wanted.
I think he sneezed afterwards.
Right. It's always allergy season here in Florida. Squares it back to Ortega. Down to 20 seconds. Kelly just daring him. Now the chase is on. On the 5, the Titans should get out of this with a 1-0 lead, and that will be the case. So 45 down, the Titans halfway to a Region 8 championship, but a long way to go. They lead the Falcons of Daytona State 1-0 here on WEFS. We'll be right back.
So far we have 7 international kids that we're bringing this year. It's the first time since I'm in this program that I bring so many international kids from Italy, Brazil, and Spain. We're really excited, the culture that they're bringing, the way they're climbing into the program, to the system, is really helping, and I think it's going to make a big difference this year with our record and our performance. The first week, I did not expect to see all this competition from all the players. Since day one, they have showed that they want to compete, that they want to improve. We all have the same mindset, that is to win and to take this program to the next level. So I'm really excited about that.
I like how we're having the setup this year. We're going to have an A team and we're going to have a B team, and not only are we competing against other teams in our conference, we're competing against each other to have the best position on the court and to have the most playing time, because we all want to be here, we all want to compete, and we all want to perform and make it to states, nationals, the highest level of playing that we can get to as a team. And another thing that I learned from last year was you cannot come onto this court and just play to practice. You have to play to win. And we didn't have an answer last year of our record of 7-14. We couldn't figure out, why couldn't we pull through? Because we had the talent, we had the coaching, we had the energy. Why couldn't we pull through? It's because we came in here and we were practice players, and we only wanted to be game players in tough situations on the court.
So when I came in, I definitely had to take a step back, verbally, I think, but when I came to play, I was always putting 100% in every single day, because I am here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to improve and be successful. I think my strength this year is being a team leader. I like to push other girls to do better, because I know what it's like being a freshman coming in and kind of being insecure and shy and not knowing what to expect, so I can be a role model for these girls that are coming in and push them to be better than they think they could be.
What most impressed me is like the workouts. Like we work out a lot, do a lot of exercise. We really want to go to the nationals and to the state tournaments. This is our biggest goal.
You should come out and watch us, because we want to win. Our team goal collectively was to go to states, to go to nationals. So we're all here, we want to play, we're game players in practice and in game situations. So it's going to be an exciting, fun year.
Basically, if you're joining the Eastern Florida, just become part of the Cyber Titans. Even if you're not going for a cybersecurity degree, the knowledge transfer that happens in that club applies to any tech degree, not just cybersecurity.
So the thing that really was a turning point for me in this field actually was the club itself. The club gave me an opportunity to really explore and also gain confidence in myself that I didn't have before.
But yeah, being the president for the cybersecurity club, it definitely led me into being in a more of a leadership role position. A lot of the employers, especially for students, they want to see that you're interact. They want to see you in competitions and stuff, because they really do look into those things.
A few nights out from Halloween, we have a full moon, and in the booth we got Ryan Moon, head coach of Florida Tech. How's that for a segue? Jeff Radcliffe here on WEFS. It's halftime, and what is a de facto conference championship. Eastern Florida leads this a 0-0. The goal coming in the 9th minute from Nelson, his 12th goal of the season. Overall, what are your impressions of that first half?
Yeah, I mean, they came out hot and heavy, didn't they? Very intense start to the game. Couple of fouls. Both teams were definitely pumped up, and it kind of Eastern Florida got more of a rhythm in the game and took more control as the half went on. But they're definitely looking at getting into those wide areas and getting crosses in the box, and that seems to be testing Daytona at the moment.
Still 45 to play and work to do, but let's recap what we saw in that first half. Eastern Florida out shooting Daytona 7-3 in this one.
Yeah, here's the goal. It's Jaden Selden again. He just kept getting in those good areas, trying to provide good crosses and shots, and whipped this one in. Great left foot cross right behind the back four, and Jack Nelson just with enough composure to bring it down and then tap it home.
Titans were creative, had some other opportunities.
Yeah, Nelson again, just trying to get, those crosses in the box were causing problems, and Nelson was always trying to get on the end of them. Tries to get on the end of this one, sucks the defenders out and leaves the shot there. Great save there by Diaz, just to tip it over the bar. I think it was Selden again with the strike.
Keeping it 1-0. Daytona State, 3 shots, 2 on target. Each team had 2 corners. Fouls combined, it's 8 for Eastern Florida, 4 for Daytona State, just 12. I anticipated a few more considering the energy that first half was played with.
Yeah, I think Eastern Florida have done a good job of keeping the ball away from Daytona, where there's, you always, when you keep possession, you can kind of keep the ball away, limit the fouls against you. And if you start to get in a game where it's transition of attack, defense, attack, defense,
Correct.
then you that's where you get in a game where it can get chippy and get more fouls. But Eastern Florida have, they make the field as big as they can, keep the ball moving. It's been very difficult to Daytona to get near them, and I think that's maybe helped them a little bit.
Well, we are about ready for second half action when we come back out of the break. Chat a little bit about the home field advantage Eastern Florida could have. Great crowd tonight as they anticipate these Titans making that national tournament coming up on November 13th, but they got to pull this one out first. Titans 1, Falcons 0, second half right after this on WEFS.
So here in Palm Bay, we have several cybersecurity courses for both the AS degree program and the BAS, and they span between cybersecurity and forensics. It's kind of like a boot camp style that I think of it, and really get your hands into dealing with information technology and have some fundamental knowledge before you go into cybersecurity. You have to have a passion for computers and have a passion for the field to excel in it. So it's a really good field to go into if you're already in computers and you want to expand your knowledge. So here in Palm Bay, we were able to create an isolated network that is completely off the grid of campus, and it gives the students the ability to work within that sandbox and play with those tools, get a better understanding of how they work. So we have a cyber range that has networking and server equipment that simulates a live data center. It's just kind of much smaller, but it gives the students the chance to play in a semi-similar data center environment where they can see what it would take to mitigate those types of attacks.
The AS degree program in Fire Science Technology basically encompasses a group of certificate-based programs that are required by the State Bureau of Fire Science and Training for firefighters.
The people that come in and go for their AS degree here at Eastern Florida State College are the people that we want to see come up. They're driven, driven young men and women that are looking to be the future of the fire service. When somebody comes in to learn tactics and strategy, they're learning that so that they can be more qualified on the job and out in the street as a fire officer.
I've been a firefighter for 2 years and been a paramedic for almost 9 now. The AS degree helps me with promotions at work, also raises at work, and allows me to become instructor either in paramedic or out here on the fire grounds.
During the time in a course such as company officer leadership for the fire service, you'll learn what it takes to lead a crew for a day and take care of the issues that may arise as you go.
There's 4 classes in my AS degree that gives me my Fire Officer 1. After you get these core classes and take the state test, you have to have a task book finished that you complete at work. When your chief signs off on it, you can turn it in and then take the state test for your FO1.
There's a need for people that have technical skills, and that's where we come in. We teach quality, we teach safety, and then we also specialize with those skills needed for the industry in Brevard County. The engineering technology is a 2-year associate degree program. We have first-year core classes that are same as the other 17 colleges in the state of Florida that teach engineering technology, and then second-year options in fields that are appropriate for the county where you're based. So at Eastern Florida, we have second-year options in electronics and alternative energies and in advanced manufacturing. The majority of our students are people that are already working for some company and they want to improve their career. It's clean work, it's good paying work, it's high skilled work. From my personal experience, it's done me well.
Build a successful career with a bachelor's degree from Eastern Florida State College. You can choose from nearly 25 tracks in today's top job fields of business, healthcare, and computer technologies, with classes tailored to meet your needs on campus and online. A bright future awaits you with a bachelor's degree from Eastern Florida State College. To learn more, visit easternflorida.edu/go/bachelors.
Back in Melbourne, Jeff Radcliffe, Ryan Moon, on our entire WEFS crew, and all our rowdy friends here at Orlando Health Stadium, awaiting second half kickoff on what will be a championship result tonight for one of these teams. Right now, Eastern Florida in the ascendancy, 1-0.
Yeah, Daytona, they need to make something happen right now. It's, you know, we spoke about it before the game. It's all or nothing tonight, so they're going to need to come out here and make it happen.
Yeah, just to set it up, these two teams split the two regular season meetings 3-1, with Daytona State winning the match last week up in Daytona Beach. We got a dog show going on tonight, too. Yeah. But that set up tonight, and it's just like last year. They played, they needed to, they had 3 on the schedule, but Daytona won the first 2, so the third game was 0. So this time, Eastern Florida has made that third game. Could have closed it out themselves last week. Didn't take care of business on the road, but here they are. So you win, and then you play in the region against the Region 10 winner for a chance to make the state or the national tournament. And both of these teams, Eastern Florida needs to win to keep that going. Daytona could be in the running for an at-large berth with that number 4 national ranking and 13-2 record. But you don't want to leave it to chance.
No, exactly. I mean, it's all set up for a fantastic second half. You know, Daytona have got to come out here now. They're going to have to press a little higher. They're going to have to make something happen. Eastern Florida really had the run of that first half. So Daytona got to change something. Eastern Florida will want to keep it tight, especially the first part of the half here. Try and kill off a bit of momentum and the energy that Daytona will come out with, which I'm sure they will. And, yeah, they'll be looking to see out the game. Hopefully get a second goal, I'm sure.
Titans women upset by Daytona State in the semifinals, so now they have to await their fate. Hope their high ranking can get them a spot in the Nationals. Difference is for the men, they make it, they're going to be playing on home field for a national tournament. So you got to win tonight to make it happen, though.
Big advantage if that happens. But what a field to play on.
Titans will go left to right here in this second half. And the home white kits. Good traveling contingent from Daytona State coming right down I-95. And look, it's the best rivalry in the state, because really in Division I of NJCA, it is the only rivalry. These are the only 2 teams that play at this level now.
It's great to see the support, though. You know, there's always a good crowd for both teams, not just the home team, and also support from other teams in the schools too. You know, you always see the basketball teams and when the women's team comes to watch the men's team, and it's just great seeing that support from the other athletes.
45 on the clock. .45 to decide a title. Lightning bolts and claps of thunder perhaps in the offing here in the second half. So glad you're along. As you said, Ryan, expect Daytona State to come out swinging here to start in the second half, find an equalizer.
Yeah, if I know their coach, he's going to fire them up for the second half, and they're going to come out first 5-10 minutes with something to prove.
Disrupted. Holman making those simple plays in the midfield for Adam Butler. A steady German. And it will yield a throw in here for Bart Sassnett's Falcons.
I think they're going to want to see Kevin Kelly get a little bit more involved this half. Found hard to get the ball to him in the last one. And
trying to get on the ball there. Now from distance, a shot on the way! A stunner! In the opening minute of the second half, we are tied at 1.
What a strike that was. Exactly what the Falcons would have wanted.
Oh my. Did Lisandro Molina just come in, did not play in the first half, and made the difference here.
This is exactly what they would have wanted. Coming out firing second half, test the keeper. What a strike. Gets out of his feet, just sets up perfectly for him and smashes it in the corner. What a finish.
And it's a whole new game. The Argentine with his 5th goal of the season. Second time he scored against Eastern Florida. He did so back in September in that 3-1 loss. He was the lone goal scorer.
It is so important, those first couple of minutes, in the first of the game and first of the half, to come out and really keep it tight. And Daytona there have taken advantage and got themselves back in the game at a crucial moment.
Terms are level, and he hit all of it.
And the trouble is now for Eastern Florida is they've gone out with a game plan in the second half where they're winning 1-0, and that game plan's now out the window early doors. So they're going to need to figure something out now to get back in the game and take the lead again.
Nobody said this was going to be an easy out for really either coach. It's Bart Sassnett locked in. Oops. There's a giveaway.
These are great games to coach in. They can definitely get the blood pressure going.
Slow this down. Bit of a limp from Stephen Fakula, center back. Chamberlain throwing it in here on this right side. Duggan, 1-on-2. Coming away with it is Zambrano. Oh, boy, just put a saddle on him if you're going to ride him that time. Free kick Daytona State. And somebody's going to be served up a yellow here.
Tactical foul, easy one for the referee there. Just got away from him, pulled him back to slow the game down and stop the counter-attack.
Chamberlain, the yellow card, second yellow of the match, but first for the Titans. Fakula starts every game. Puts the big left foot into it, into the area. Still work to do for Eastern Florida to get out. And Eastern Florida will have possession. Ortega sitting down inside the 6 right now, the Eastern Florida keeper. And we'll stop the clock at 42:09. Check out Mr. Ortega, the sophomore transfer. And he's taking his gloves off.
This will be an important minute or two for Coach Butler to maybe just organize his team, get some messages onto the field to his players about what they're going to do now and maybe some changes they might make.
You see Kodai Suzuki warming up here and getting instructions for Adam Butler. So here's a development for you.
Looked like Ortega has a knee brace on already. I wonder if it's the same injury.
Cameras didn't catch anything. It might have been non-contact. We will not speculate any further, but we do know that Jorge Ortega's night is done. And that has, should Eastern Florida go on to win tonight, that has ramifications going forward. Kodai Suzuki has seen enough time this year. 3 starts, 5 appearances, 17 saves, has yet to concede a goal. Has 3 shutouts. So a capable backup. But you've also lose the leadership that Ortega provides.
For sure, and with his background of already saving a PK this year, if it does end up going the full distance tonight, I'm sure that will help him have a bit of confidence going into the shootout.
So what is this like for the other 10 field players to have this kind of a change behind them?
It's always a little shaky, but the good thing for Eastern Florida is they've seen him before, they've got experience with him, so it won't be completely fresh. You know, it's different if you're bringing on a keeper that hasn't played at all, but they'll have a little bit of experience and that will help them calm themselves. But it will definitely, always changing your goalkeeper always allows a little bit of adjustment.
You have to expect the Falcons will try to test him quick.
Oh, I'm sure. It'll be important for him to get a save or 2 in early doors and get a touch on the ball.
Another difference between the field players is Suzuki comes on. Field players can get a little warm up off the side, get the heart rate up. Goalkeepers usually start right off cold.
Yeah, again, it's that with the detail we talked about earlier. They got to stay ready and switched on, and you never know when you're going to get called upon.
Like a 3rd-string quarterback in NFL. You're only in there if things go wrong. Along the near touchline, stolen away. Cordero checks his surroundings, gets it away. Holman battling. Looks like he's out off of Daytona State.
Playing an important role tonight, Mo Harmon. He's filling that holding centre midfield role. He's doing a great job both defensively and on the ball.
So this opening 4 minutes, a couple of punches. You've conceded a goal, you've picked up a yellow card, and now your starting keeper is out. So let's start stacking up the adversity. Usually makes for the best stories, though.
For sure, yeah. I mean, they'll need to settle in quickly here, and you know, those are the things that if you do end up getting a result, make it all the more sweeter.
Zambrano will run out of space there.
And you can see the goal has spurred Daytona on to have a little bit more spring in their step already.
He's trying to move left to right here. Hold up from Nelson. Find Onu. Daytona State team made the national tournament last year, finished ranked 8th. They had 3 All-Americans on that team. Some good players remaining like this one here, Cordero. And taken away by Holman.
There he is again, getting across to help his defenders. Give the extra support and extra help to win the ball and get rid. Positioning has been first class tonight.
Backside, Zambrano will have a bit of space, closed down now. got to him. Goal kick. Good work. Suzuki from Aichi, Japan, 6'3". Certainly has the height. Same height as Ortega.
Looks like Eastern Florida just trying to go long here. Switch it up from playing out the back while they're under a little bit of pressure.
Over the back. Easy call for the referee. Holman was settling under it and then got hips to the head.
Yeah.
That's one way to keep him from settling under the ball. Decision goes the other way now. Oh, Nelson could have a go here. Steps to his right, gets a shot on the way and did not get what he wanted on it. Can't let that one get into your head now either.
Surprising there. It looked like he might get called back for trying to stop the free kick, but referee let it go. Got himself into a good area there. He'll be a little disappointed. He'll get a little bit more on the shot.
Oh, good job by Diaz to take the angle away.
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission, though.
Right,
free
I
kick,
love it.
I guess.
Denis, giving an explanation.
Keep the energy high.
Kelly away from distance again. That one a bit high.
I think always going over that one, but Daytona again, just it's important that they keep putting the pressure on, and having shots like this just means that it's you know, putting the focus on them, putting the momentum towards them.
Yeah, can't do that.
Daytona coming out a lot more aggressive on the press. You can see now, as soon as Eastern Florida plays short, that Kevin Kelly is there and he's going right away, trying to make something happen.
So if your team is getting pressed, is part of that advice, hang in there, absorb it, or not necessarily absorb it, survive it, and then they win themselves out a little bit once you can hold them off.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, you always want to play short and to suck the other team towards you, which in turn opens up space higher up the field. So if they can play one or two short passes and Daytona step high and try and press, there'll be a lot more space higher up the field when they do go longer or miss out the next line of press. And then that will give, you know, Nelson and Selden and Onu a little bit of room up there to work in.
On the edge, Junior Smith. Smith into some space, gets a shot away. I'm not sure if that was a cross or a shot, but it's way off target either way.
Wearing down the defender though, taking him on, you know, get a couple of those and maybe the next one is in, you know. Makes it difficult for the defender if they're up against someone running at them at pace all the time.
Right.
I'm sure he'll want to make a little bit more of the cross though. I think Coach Butler would want a little bit more final product there.
Up the left side, no mistake knocking it out is Wood.
Yeah, both Wood and Wyatt been solid in the air tonight.
Gotta give the ball back, no souvenirs. Redmond for the throw. Just making no mistake in booting it out of there. said, yeah, he was on me.
Not sure Coach Butler will be too happy with that one. I think he felt that Nelson was getting pulled from
Handled a bit,
behind. Yeah. Maybe the ref saw a little tug on the shirt from Nelson behind him.
It's all about the angle.
Yeah, exactly.
Strong foul Smith there. I'm feeling that the foul counts are going to go a little higher in this second half. There were just a total of 12. And now a yellow.
Yeah, I think that one was maybe just to get a little bit of handle on the game. Maybe starting to get a little chippy. People were getting frustrated. May see a couple of those now to, you know, just get that game in check and make sure no one's getting out of hand. Always important for the officials in these games to make sure they keep control of it.
Number 21 goes into the book, Dalton Fleshhood. Second yellow on a Falcons player tonight. Chipped ahead, not a bad idea as pace was running on in the form of Damian Rogers. Rogers. This will run, stopped just short of the 18. Eastern Florida will have it. More than 10 minutes gone here in this second half. Florida goes. Duggan thought he had Onu. Covered well defensively by the Falcons. Now, Onu trying to mix it up.
A little bit unlucky there. I think he felt that he just used his body. Could go either way, those ones. Little frustrated with the aftermath. But he's trying to win it. He's forcing the error. He's trying to win the ball. Little unlucky. But also a bit lucky to get away with his reaction too.
Sure. Just depends on the, I guess, the makeup of the referee on.
Yeah, it's good when they let that go though. You know, it's obviously a big game and emotions are high and, you know, not hurting anyone.
50 home and straight up in the air. Get out of my way. Zambrano!
Great block. Fantastic to see a centre back throw himself on the line to block a shot. Makes the goalkeeper's job a lot easier.
Kelly immediately harassed. Rogers has it stolen away.
Much better start from Daytona. They'll be really pleased with this. Come out firing, seem to be winning the second balls, keeping Eastern Florida at bay, and you know, creating some chances here and there and forcing mistakes in the box and putting that pressure on. It's good to see. Come out firing second half.
Wood. Back off the press a little bit here. Kept alive by Nelson. Throw in for Smith. a change. Substitution coming in now for the Falcons. Off is Cordero. And number 20 and 28 back in. So Tokahisa both Tokahisas, Shota and Yuta. Keep track by just the number, 28 and 20. Taking it into the corner. Ah, not go where he wanted that to go. The energy's just not the same from the Titans here, at least not yet in this second half.
Yeah,
Now we're gone.
I think that goal had a big part to play in that. Really took the wind out of their sails. Come out fired up, looking to defend a 1-0 lead, and you know, within a minute you've got rid of it. It's a bit of a killer. They'll grow back into the game though. They just need a couple of moments. Maybe it's a tackle, maybe it's a shot or a save to just spark a bit of energy, and they'll start to have their patch.
Half hour to go here in regulation. Should it stay level, they'll go to 2 10-minute overtime periods. Golden goal. Be the way it could finish. If those 20 minutes aren't enough, go to penalties.
Don't think either team will like that.
No.
They'll want it to be done in regular time.
Touch came back, and now the other way it comes. Hisa crosses away. Top of the box, ball down, and had Suzuki diving to his right. In behind for a goal kick.
Great effort there. Had Suzuki worried for a minute, but looked like he might have had it covered. Let's take another look. Great work to get the ball back in. Does really well. Looked like Suzuki had it covered. But really difficult shot to keep low, keep the pace on it. Again, another Falcon shot, putting the pressure on.
They know where to go for Chamberlain. Hit it the wrong way.
Be interesting to see as the game goes on how much they manage the players' energy. You know, obviously with this game, if it finishes a tie with the overtime looming afterwards, they're going to want to keep players fresh. So I see already, you know, Daytona are giving Kevin Kelly a little breather just to keep his legs fresh. I'm sure he'll come back on in regular time. But it's going to be important to manage players all over the field to make sure that, you know, if it does go to overtime, you've got that freshness to still get the job done.
Those 2 words of game management.
Absolutely.
So Daragon and Duggan to come in at the next stoppage. Headed forward, Nelson, and picked up by Diaz. That battle going. Holman can't keep it. So far, a tale of 2 halves. Chamberlain. Nelson on the outside, cuts to in. Inside the box. It's a shot away. We'll go in for a throw now. And now he's shaken up inside the area.
Seeing a different type of player there from Jack Nelson. We've seen him in the box a lot tonight, getting on the end of crosses, but there we saw him pick up the ball wide, drive inside, taking players on. Just baiting the player, driving inside the two, asking the question of the referee. I think the referee probably got that one right. Looks like I think Nelson was maybe looking from the touch from behind, but looked like he just got into the right area there and then lost his footing as he went to cross. But great centre forward play, getting in, driving into the box. You know, whenever you do that, you make the defenders, you know, back off and make tackles, and then that can obviously make the referee have to make decisions at that point too.
Duggan and Duragon make their re-entry into the corner off of Eastern Florida. Goal kick. Pressure now from Duggan, who's got some pace. Measured, kept in play, race for the ball at the halfway line. In the back from Onu. Chamberlain bumped off. And we have stoppage here from the referee, Camille Sakura. 23:49.
Referee's done a good job. He's keeping the physical side, which we talked about earlier, which was good for a neutral to see and to enjoy the game. But he hasn't let it get out of hand. He's just letting it play enough where it's not stop-start and keeps the flow of the game. And he's done a good job so far.
Stay with the Falcons. Zambrano to his left, crosses away. Red was good enough from Wood. Duggan can't keep it. Yeah, lashed out late there with the leg. Stayed with the Falcons. Tiago Perez now not attacking midfield here for Eastern Florida. From Boca Raton Spanish River High School. In his 14th appearance, wearing that 25 shirt. Did have a bicycle kick goal in the last game that he played, which was that 6-0 victory over Victory Rock Prep. So a flair for the dramatic for Tiago.
Always a nice one for the crowd.
One goal and 6 assists. Onu. Homan skies it. Oh. The edge here. Tokahisa loses it. Still doing work and able to earn the throw-in.
Good work there, good reaction. Lost the ball, but worked hard to fight and win something back. Coach will be delighted with that.
Zambrano to his other foot. In traffic. Top of the 18. Held a little too long. Duggan off to the races. was Denis to get an armful. Should be an easy yellow.
Great work by Duggan. Denis just trying to get back in, just a little bit too physical on him. Breaking up the play, didn't want him to get away, get the counter attack.
Third yellow card on a Falcon tonight. As those add up, you have to watch for those seconds, right? Somebody makes a mistake when they're already carrying, could change the complexion of this game in a massive way.
Yeah, there's a few players now that have to be a little bit careful, especially in these later periods in the game. We're kind of entering that last 20 minutes now where people are tired. Big decision here or there, mistake here and there can really cost the game.
Bailey settling under. Diaz has it. Really nothing threatening so far this half for Eastern Florida. Back to Wyatt. Suzuki hits it long. Wyatt halfway. Hit forward, Onu with a full head of steam. On his left foot, he shoots and misses the post to the right.
Wow, he's done ever so well there. What a fantastic ball into the space for him. He looked up here. Take another look. Ball to him was sublime. He's taken it in. He's only had one thought in his mind, which was to beat the defender and get a shot off. He's put it across goal, giving his other forward a chance to maybe nick it in. It just didn't quite get there. Great bit of play there from the Titans.
Duggan was making the run on the backside. Here comes Jack Nelson. His 12 goals, including the one in the 9th minute here tonight.
They'll be happy to get him on here. Time for the corner. Sure they'll want him in the box.
Yeah, anytime you're 6'3". Delivery coming from Bailey. Fizz to cross. And now the chase is on. Perez. Back into the mixer, far post. Nelson got a foot to it. Knocked down inside the area. Referee's not going to give that.
Jack Nelson testing the referee tonight.
There was contact.
Making sure he's watching.
Split two. Line turned over. Boy, 50-50 battles are just not for the faint of heart. Referee hearing it from the Falcons bench. So he awards that ball back to Eastern Florida.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those 50-50s tonight. And we expected it with this type of game, but you know, when you're done at the end of it, you win or lose, you're going to be totally mentally and physically exhausted. Even the players on the bench, just from being involved and, you know, cheering and watching and being focused, and coaches, and you take a lot out of them tonight.
Not playing direct. Tough ball to handle here on the near side. Aragon took care of it.
Right back.
Switch from the keeper now.
Suzuki will be happy. He's got a few touches in now, made a save.
Sure.
He's settled into the game. It was an important 15-20 minutes for him.
It's Fleshhood. Bailey settles. Oh boy. Whew. Nearly spelled disaster. Sometimes you're just a little too careful with it and don't get what you need on it.
Yeah, a little too casual. That's one each now. Daytona had one in the first half, and that's Eastern Florida's one. Both escaped them.
Daytona State will have it. Winner will take on the Region 10 winner from Georgia or South Carolina, with a chance to go to the NJCAA finals. Eastern Florida player down on the contact is Perez.
Yeah, just another late one.
Ooh, stop at the clock here at 16:05.
As he was clearing the ball there.
Yellow in hand.
Not sure who got the yellow. Was it Cordero?
I think we're about to see.
I think it was an early yellow, right when the foul happened, and a little late on stopping the clock.
Wait for Mike Parsons' pipes to announce it to the crowd here. Either way, fourth yellow card on the Falcons. The other thing they have to think about, like, should they lose this game and still make the Nationals, they will be without any player that is suspended because of yellow card accumulation. Or not accumulation, but for being sent off on a double yellow.
Yeah, they're going to need to be careful. There's a handful now. Got to watch their tackles, and especially in a game like this, split-second decision.
Bailey. Ah. Ooh. Play continues. Boy. Big swings of the leg. Coming up on the final quarter hour. 1-1. Go on either side of halftime. Yep. A lot of hand play there. Perez commits the foul. A portion of the match now. You concede a goal. It's really going to change the complexion of the game.
Yeah, I think Daytona are going to want to get Kevin Kelly on the ball. He's checking into feet, not quite getting it. Mo Harmon's doing a great job of screening him.
Daragon, space to operate, has no help though. Sticking a leg out was Nicholson. Job done.
Very well-timed tackle. Had to make it, had to get it right. Very important. If he mistimed that one, could have been in trouble. Watched the ball, got the timing right. Very good.
Junior Smith. Supposed to contribute a lot on this team last year, but missed the entire season with a foot injury. Has made the most of his opportunities this year in his freshman year now. 14th appearance tonight, 7 goals, 5 assists. Oh!
Oh, it's Denis.
Denis.
Could be in trouble.
Free kick minimum. Denis sitting on a yellow.
I think that's exactly what the Eastern Florida players are telling the referee.
Now it's getting a bit bellicose.
A little late. Might get away with a little talking to here. Could be his last one though, no more, says the referee.
Bart's looking on. Great interest.
Sets up a nice opportunity here for Eastern Florida though. Time to test Diaz. This is a perfect place to have a free kick outside the box. You don't want to be too close where you can't get it up and over the wall. You don't want to be too far away. This is sitting about 25 yards out, between 20, 25 yards out. Just enough room to get it up and over the wall.
Free kick upcoming. Big chance here, right at the keeper. Diaz goes low to cover.
Watched it well. Not an easy one when they're coming down low. They may bounce in front of you. Watched it all the way into his hands.
Boy, wrong footing there. Fleshed on Smith. Danger here. Out of play. Throw in Daytona.
Diaz enjoying pinging that ball out to the fullback.
Yeah.
Done that a few times tonight.
Long ball. Trying to find Kelly. Rogers. Kelly just lurking. Suzuki to Wood, the captain. Aragon to Chamberlain. Just keeping it in, Bailey! Oh. Comes the other way. Nelson here.
Tired tackle looked like.
Just trying to keep it in.
Just a little late. Stretching to try and make something of it. Possibly a bit fortunate to get away without a card there, but he'll be happy.
10 minutes to go. Kelly gets a touch, but it's at halfway. You'll give him that. Long ball, right side. Tracking it is Rogers. Numbers come to support. He stays on the ball, left foot. And now Kelly scuffed it. Kind of wrong-footed him a bit.
Great defending from the Titans to 2-3 players went out to block that. If it was on target, I think it might have hit them. It's what you want to see, great reactions to come out and block your goal. Got a bit of work from Rogers, though, from the Falcons to break into the box and get a shot off.
A goal either way here. Could be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, both teams are going to be digging deep right now. They're into those fuel reserves at the bottom of the tank and fighting for that last little bit of energy for what the meaning of the game is bringing them. So much on the line. They're going to be digging really deep right now.
This is where all that work in preseason comes in.
All the work, all the sacrifice. Those little details.
Could be the last 8 minutes of the season for one of these teams. Ooh, play on. Oh, you can cut the tension with a knife.
It's going to get even more so once it gets closer to full time and the last few minutes. No one's going to want to make a mistake.
Nobody in one of those dugouts, or those bench areas, are sitting. Chamberlain. Spun out left. Eastern Florida's bench wanted a call there that didn't come. Chamberlain. Aragon to his left, flips it ahead. Chamberlain continues to run. Not too stressful for the Falcons there. Oh, left the work there.
Yeah, we're talking a lot about tired legs, but there's been some exceptional little passages of play tonight. Great little bit of composure in the corner there, and a fantastic diagonal ball by Denis. Both teams tonight played really well.
Throw to the Falcons. Yeah, now the cramps start affecting things. We're late in October, not nearly as hot as it's been, but you're expending that much energy and using up the reserves of hydration.
Yeah, once we get to overtime, we're going to probably see what the depth of each team holds.
Duggan ready to come back. 5:47, clock stopped. Big moment in this match. Zimbrano puts the right leg into it. Lands inside the 18. Rogers checks it back. To the mixer it goes. Oh boy. One ball going awry can cost you the whole game.
Always dangerous from that second ball. Once the first free kick's cleared out and they get to hit the second one in, that's when people have lost their markers, people reset their runs to new areas. Can often be more dangerous than the first one. Great ball by Mo Harmon. He's been fantastic in there tonight, both on and off the ball.
Ellison leaves it. Smith. And didn't go where he wanted it to go. You hear it. Mike's picking it up. 5 minutes, boys. Okay. So Onu back on, Duggan back on, two starters. To just run like a scalded dog for the next 5 minutes.
It's never what you want to see as a fullback, someone that's been getting the ball and running at you and driving at you at pace, to come back on when you're tired in the last 5 minutes and have to defend it again.
Every 50-50 is met with a "hey" yell. Come on, man.
One way or the other.
Try to convince me that this game doesn't matter.
The ref's whistle doesn't work if that shout doesn't happen.
Okay, Nelson.
That's a good ball.
Left side, Smith. Ah, nice challenge. Vital there for Fikula.
Timed it very well.
In that moment of the match where the moment of brilliance, or that's what you hope is the difference. Not a mistake. There's one there. Bit of a miscue.
Looks like they shook it off pretty quickly, though.
Rogers. Goal scorer Molina now on it. Oh, heavy touch. Now Rogers. Inside. Suzuki is out and then cleared off. Whistle against Daytona State.
That's what you want to see. Again, Eastern Florida, whenever the Falcons get in the box with a chance for a shot, there's 2-3 numbers getting in front of them. And then Suzuki there putting himself, brave goalkeeping, putting himself on the line to stop the shot, winning the free kick in the process.
It did not hesitate.
So impressive to see the defending, though. Throwing bodies on the line to block shots. That's how you protect your goal and your goalkeeper. And if it somehow gets by you, then you need your keeper like Suzuki there to stand up big and make the save.
2.5 minutes. Again, should it stay 1-1, we go to overtime, 2 10-minute periods. Onu. Across, back stick, oh, what a chance! That might have been it. Smith rolls in.
That could have been the chance that the Titans were looking for. Oh. Looked like he was inches away from putting the game to bed.
How about the ball here?
Great play here, putting the ball into the perfect area. It looks like it was fantastic defending. I think that was Nicholson, the defending at the back post there. Just did enough. Just did enough, got a toe on it.
Does yield a corner though.
Onu, fantastic. Running at the left back there, getting his half yard of space, zipping a ball across the face of the 6-yard box. That is what you want if you're a forward.
Bailey, who scored directly from a corner kick a week ago. Over the ball. Expect the in-swinger here. Is this the magic moment? Ball away. Curls. Smith got ahead to it. Still work to do for Daytona to get it out. Half bicycle doesn't connect. Onu will track it down just outside the 18. Back heel. And skied. 50-50 ball. Pawed in the air. Still. 119. Ball comes bounding through the 18. So a couple of cracks at it there. At least half chances.
Great punch by Diaz there just to relieve some pressure. 3 or 4 Titan bodies around him. Did well to get a fist on it.
1 minute. Another nice build up here. Crosses away, yields a corner. Bailey. Clock ticking. 50 seconds to go. 1-1 our score. It's been that way since the first minute of the second half.
Nervy times here.
Certainly if a ball goes in here, it's a game winner.
Coach Butler will be wanting a perfect delivery here.
Bailey for it all. Low liner. It's behind the net. Some fans thought they saw the rattle. Wasn't his best effort there.
Yeah, I think Coach Butler will be frustrated with that one. With the time left there, he'll be wanting that one to at least test them in the middle, make them defend it. Looked like he was trying to be a little too perfect with it.
Overtime is in our future here. Down to 5 seconds. We'll kick it out, and that will take care of that. Well, the two teams split 3-1 decisions in the first 2 meetings. It's 1-1 with it all on the line. We go to Golden Goal overtime number 1 right after this on WEFS.
I'm part of SCAP, which is the Space Coast Consortium Apprenticeship Program. What it is, it's an apprenticeship program to get people in the aerospace field and get experience and schooling all at the same time. So I just graduated high school this past May, and I found out about it 2 days after graduation, and my original plan was to go to Eastern Florida and just get a basic AA degree and figure out what I wanted to do from there. I always liked the idea of going into aerospace, but never was sure about engineering itself. So this was a great way to get my career started, even if I choose to go back for engineering or even if I choose to change career paths. This is a 2-year degree that is fully paid for by my company, and it is 4 years of experience in the aerospace industry where I really get to get the experience and the schooling, and if I choose to continue down this path I can, or if I choose to further my education, go somewhere else, I can also do that.
Regular season men's soccer finale tonight here on WEFS. Eastern Florida and Daytona State playing for the Conference Region 8 Championship, and we're going to overtime to decide it. The winner takes all. The winner wins the championship and advances to play Region 10 with the chance after that to make the national tournament, which will be hosted on this field from the 13th to the 19th of November. There's not much in the way of bigger stakes than that, Ryan Moon.
No, not at all. I mean, both teams right now are going to be, everything's on the line for them. Their seasons are on the line. They won't want to leave anything up to chance. So, you know, at this point, it's all about fight. It's all about heart. It's all about running and running and running and making things happen.
Let's take a look at how we got here. A goal on either side of halftime. In fact, both goals happened early in each half. Eastern Florida struck first, 9 minutes in. The cross here from Selden, and then nice finish there from Nelson.
Yeah, tucked it away beautifully, didn't he?
12th goal of the season. Titans stayed in control for the entirety of the first half, but just a minute into the second, it rolls to Molina. A reserve coming into this game, and what a boot. The strike ties it at 1.
Yeah, 30 yards out, knuckleball. Just what you want to see. Perfect strike.
And since Jorge Ortega, who conceded that goal for Eastern Florida, came out a few minutes after that with an injury, and Kodai Suzuki has held down the fort, but now the pressure builds. 10 minutes. Overtime number 1, a goal scored, the game is over.
Yeah, Eastern Florida did well in that second half after conceding that early, to just weather the storm. They had, like you said, they had the keeper change, a couple of yellow cards. Just looked a little shaky for a moment there, but they adjusted well, got back into the game, and even had some chances at the end there to go on and win it.
So have you been in a situation like this, and if so, what is it like with the lads at this point?
I mean, there's so much emotion at this point that a lot of the tactics kind of come secondary. Right now, it's a lot of digging deep and fighting. You know, when you're defending, you need to be working back and getting back behind the ball. Attacking is any set piece you got, you're just asking your players to get on the end of it and make something of it. And you're just looking right now for that special moment. So big games call for big moments, and you're just looking for that one to happen.
Good look at Chamberlain there. And then if you're a defender and you're tracking back, you've got to be inch perfect on any challenge inside that area.
Yeah, I mean, especially with a few cards being handed out already. A couple of players got to be very careful of their next tackle.
Titans will kick off, attack from right to left in overtime number 1. It was disrupted.
Momentum's going to be big. They just need a couple of moments, a tackle, a save, a shot to spark them to life for either team here.
Oh. Just have to build from the back here. passes can you link? Not enough there. Nelson uses it.
Looking for maybe to win a free kick there. Didn't quite get it. Had a physical game today, Jack Nelson. Done well to hold the ball up. I'm sure he'll be sore tomorrow.
Playing it through. Oh no! Save made! Diaz coming up huge.
Big time moment there for Diaz.
Oh my. Onu is spent, or is he hurt?
It looked like that was going to be the goal. Great ball there by Junior Smith. The timing of the run and the timing of the ball. You can see Ono who here stretching the run. Timing of the pass right into his stride. Diaz does fantastic though. Coming out, narrow the angle, make himself big, come up with a big time save.
Deflected off of Diaz, the keeper. Should be a corner here. But no, he's got to check his hands because he's got full brunt there. Take the wrist. So clock stopped at 8:31. No, maybe not a corner.
When he looks back at it, it'll probably be worth it.
Yeah.
Just kept his team in the game there.
He'll sacrifice a body part.
Let's have another look here. Does really well, Junior Smith, outside of the foot. Onu just looking to slide the ball under Diaz, but he makes himself big. He gets there so quickly. Onu barely has any time to think, and he steps up big and makes the save.
A little assist on his teammate, Lisandro Molina.
He's going to need adrenaline to keep him through it now. One of those, it probably hurts now, but when he sits down later on tonight, it will hurt more.
Just in case it goes to penalties, the backup is Ryan Beerwagen from DeLand, who has played in 4 matches and started 1. He is your backup keeper for Coach Saston. Eastern Florida has been forced to their backup. Injury earlier to Jorge Ortega. So Diaz will put it back in play. Minute and a half in. This overtime number 1.
I get the feeling Diaz isn't going to come off. It will take a lot to get him off the field. Captain, leader, he's going to want to be there till the end.
Yeah, the arm would have to be Aaron Ralston off, like sheared off.
Yeah.
21 hours. Not that bit of play. Bring it back. Falcon ball. Oh. Great energy in the building tonight. Oh, to ground. Cut off. Kelly. Sit out to the left side. Just getting it out of there.
Zambrano loving those tight areas, using his quick feet to get out.
Headed out of dodge. Have a go. And off of Eastern Florida, corner kick it comes.
Always good opportunities. Corners, free kicks that you can put into the box in overtime. Teams are tired, you get to send your big centre backs forward. Put the ball right into the box, cause trouble.
Any set piece at this point is squeaky bum time.
Molina taking it, based on his shot early, maybe he should shoot from the corner here.
Lets it rip. Just outside the box. Shot away! And that was the crack from Kelly. And it forces another corner.
Yeah, great shot, great save. Kelly there getting it onto his left foot. Strikes it. It's not an easy one as it's bouncing there to keep it down. Gets it on target. Suzuki matches up to it.
Now will be an in-swinger. Molina with the goal early in that second half. It's led us to this point. High arcing in-swinging ball over everybody and throw it. Look again.
Just pops back out. Kelly waiting on the edge of the box. Hits it on the half volley.
Wow, that was on target.
Trying to match Molina's goal from the second half. Some goal that would have been, but Suzuki said not today.
Deep throw in here for Thomas. Smith. He's desperately need to get it back in their own half. And that'll be a free kick. Be unwise to keep conceding those. Halfway through this overtime, under 5 now.
Molina's had a positive impact since he's come on. He's there again. He's just fresh. Got a little spring in his step. Able to get to the ball first, win the free kick. Now he gets to get on the ball and put it in the box again.
Molina trying to pick someone out. Lined. Good looking ball. Nobody at the other end.
Yeah, just left it in there for someone to attack. Just a little bit too much on it. Hard one to deal with that. And ping it at that height. Not an easy one for the defenders.
Possession in this overtime favoring Daytona State. Ever since that opportunity for Onu on the other end. Rogers. Needs a bit of a bailout. Does get it away. Can't be any hesitation.
Rogers showing his quick feet there. Get half a yard and get a ball in the box.
Oh, Zambrano. Nelson got into him.
Yeah, he's had a couple tonight. He's been a bit fortunate, but he's finally picked up a yellow.
Second
Just a
yellow.
little, it's a forwards tackle. I think he knew what he was doing there. But again, giving the Falcons an opportunity here. Dangerous set piece in a dangerous area.
Kelly goes into the book, and Zambrano out of Miami. Chance to put an end to it. Back stick. Rolls all the way to halfway. Fleshwood back to his keeper Diaz, who made the save of the night about 8 minutes ago. No, 6 minutes ago. Foul committed by the Falcons. 3 minutes.
Good composure there from Hayden Wood, just slowing the game down. Titans have been under a little bit of pressure. He made the decision just to calm, slow everything down, take a little bit of the sting out of the game, see if they can get themselves back, a foothold back in the game.
Thomas appeared to break the pressure, stood up by Denis. He'll get into the clear. Denis, that's why he's a defensive midfielder. Hooked it wide.
Did well there to get it by Wyatt. Tired tackle from Wyatt. Denis getting into the right areas, just not quite the shot he was looking for.
Probably not accustomed to be in that area.
Yeah, I think, especially at this time of the game, tired legs and you know, your eyes light up and could score the winning goal.
start thinking about your celebration before you finish the shot.
Eastern Florida will bring in Randy Hernandez now. Get some of those fresh legs out there. The head of the formation. Gill. Now Duggan. Falls to Zambrano, who's been everywhere. He's one of those players, if you put those paintbrushes on his shoes, he'd paint the entire pitch. Again, finds every loose ball.
Yeah, that's what you want. Coaches love that type of player.
Magnets in there or something. Coming up on that 1 minute mark. Rogers. Fleshwood. Gill. Fleshwood. A bit of discomfort. Clock now ticking 51 seconds. Stopped. Check on Dalton. Players are getting gassed, you can see it.
Yeah, those scrappy little exchanges in there. Once they get tired, start to hurt a little bit more.
Seconds. Onu had the best chance for Eastern Florida in this overtime. Not get one there. Onu grabbing that back leg. So get a sub in for him. Back of his right leg. Clock stopped at 18 seconds now. And we'll play another 10-minute golden goal overtime if nothing happens here in this next 18 seconds. The kids count it down, and we will go to overtime number 2. Stays 1-1. The Titanic struggle continues when we come back on WEFS.
I'm part of SCAP, which is the Space Coast Consortium Apprenticeship Program. What it is, it's an apprenticeship program to get people in the aerospace field and get experience and schooling all at the same time. So I just graduated high school this past May, and I found out about it 2 days after graduation, and my original plan was to go to Eastern Florida and just get a basic AA degree and figure out what I wanted to do from there. I always liked the idea of going into aerospace, but never was sure about engineering itself. So this was a great way to get my career started, even if I choose to go back for engineering or even if I choose to change career paths. This is a 2-year degree that is fully paid for by my company, and it is 4 years of experience in the aerospace industry where I really get to get the experience and the schooling, and if I choose to continue down this path I can, or if I choose to further my education, go somewhere else, I can also do that.
Well, 100 minutes not enough to decide it. We add another 10 here in a moment. Jeff Radcliffe, Ryan Moon, and our entire WEFS crew bringing you this season finale between number 16 Eastern Florida and number 4 Daytona State. We're tied at 1 in a winner-take-all game in Region 8. Adam Butler barking out the instructions right now, and a couple of chances, one for each team. It started about a minute and a half into that last overtime. Rolando Onu on this beautiful ball from Junior Smith.
Yeah, it's perfectly timed run. Good finish. Diaz just stands big, stands strong, gets that right hand to it, feels the brunt of it.
And Kevin Kelly finally got his crack, and it was a crack.
Yeah, it's a hell of a strike, this one.
Suzuki.
Thunderbolt into the corner. Suzuki makes that look easier than it was. Great bit of footwork and positioning to tip it over the bar.
So ready for overtime number 2. If nobody scores in the next 10 minutes, it is golden goal. Then we go to penalties, which is exciting but a cruel way to finish. Any player or coach will tell you.
Yeah, it's tough at that point. You've done all you can do, but I'm sure they've done a little bit of preparation for that outcome in training, worked on penalties, done a little bit of research. They'll be ready. Crowd are ready for a goal.
Switch sides. Eastern Florida will defend the goal to our left. Final 10 minutes of regulation in this 2022 season. Falcons on the move again, running out of real estate that time.
Yeah, you can see there for both teams, a little bit of build-up for both. Just the final pass is missing. It's that stage of the game. Tired legs. Just got to take that extra little bit of care at this stage.
A throw here for Thomas. Stop the clock, 8:55. Falcons player down. And that player was Molina. Deep throw, Titans. Do it again. Foul committed by Eastern Florida.
Just trying to hold the ball up there, and a little bit too grabby. Denny, strong, held him off. Been impressed with both holding midfielders today. Denny for the Falcons and Mo Harmon for the Titans.
Sure. Goal kick. Chamberlain, nowhere to go. Use the big leg of Hayden Wood. Around the edge, eyes on Gill. Will cut it back. Belize international player. Diaz has it. See him out on the edge like that. Adrian making an appearance. Bench player from Orlando. Seen time now in his 12th game this season. Whoa, gonna wind up with a header there and mistimed it. Chamberlain to do something to get out of trouble here. Little dipsy-do.
Screams of press by Daytona. They didn't want to let them out. Last little bit of energy to fight and try and make something of it. Once you get that field position, you get the ball up in the other end, especially at this stage in the game, you want to keep it up there as much as you can.
The ball up a little higher.
At this point, you're desperate to win and you're desperate to score, but you're also desperate not to lose.
Throw. Flick header. Gill. Oh. Gill may go into the book this time. Let's see, or is it just a foul? Nope, yellow. Third yellow card on a Titans player. Starting to rack up now, 8 total. 3 for Eastern Florida, 5 for the Falcons.
A lot of late challenges tonight.
Good to see Fikula back up.
It's Hayden Wood with another big header. Seems like he's got a magnet attached to his head tonight. The amount of headers he's won tonight is unbelievable.
Falcons will have the throw coming up at the 5-minute mark. Overtime number 2, tied at 1. Been that way since first minute of the second half. These two teams who averaged over 3 goals a game, been limited to 1 here tonight. Oh. Goal kick.
Fikula in the thick of it right now.
Yeah.
Looks like he's enjoying it.
Another one-header. Wood. Woo.
Been very solid back there. Won every header, been composed on the ball, very involved in the build-up. George Wyatt, similar. Been very solid, those two tonight.
Tight quarters here. Daragon. Chamberlain will try to initiate the switch. Wyatt. Heavy touch.
Not a lot of rhythm in the game right now, this last stage. Could be 1 or 2 chances left. Not going to be a lot of moments. Only takes 1 though.
3 minutes left for that moment of brilliance. down to the keepers. Work their way into a good shot here. Full steam ahead for the Falcons. Lifted, Nelson, no problem.
It's not a bad ball. Put it into a good area. Just no runners. 2 runners going to the near post.
Falcons have Trey Matchner, Winter Springs product, the freshman at forward right now.
Maybe a little bit of freshness, bit of energy up there to chase around, try and force a mistake in these late stages.
Nelson here on the edge. Slips it ahead. Daragon to the line. Won't get there. 2 minutes to go.
Big moments now. As we get into this last 2 minutes, each header, each second ball, everything matters here.
.90 seconds. Flick header. Stuffed in the air a bit. Oh, wasting more time into the crowd.
It took 108 minutes for Hayden Wood to not win a header.
He'll take it.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
1 minute. Gonna be proactive now. In the box, knocked down. Daragon trying to keep it alive. Out with it is Denis. Oof. Oh boy. Gill, that's his second yellow. If that's him, and he's gone. So Titans reduced to 10 men. Luckily, there's only 30 seconds left. So a sending off for Eisen Gill.
Yeah, just another late tackle. I think you can have too many complaints with that one. See it again here. Just breaks away. Caught him late. Always going to be in trouble there.
Titans will play the last 31 seconds with 10 men.
Daytona here will be looking to win a second ball and try and put something in the box. One last chance. Just waiting on Gill. I think he has to leave the stadium here before the restart. At least give the players a little respite for a minute here
exactly.
to get a last boost of energy for the last 30 seconds. Sure they'll be happy with that. It's a lot more quiet out there now than it was first 5 minutes.
Gill is off. And a restart. Long ball here from Diaz. Keep your eye on wherever number 9 is if he's out there. .15 seconds. An off chance here for Eastern Florida, no. 12 seconds. Nelson leaves it down to 7. Adrian. And that will take care of the balance of the time. This will be decided by penalties. 1-1 after 110 minutes. And we'll go to the spot to decide Region 8. All right, let's take you back what seemed like forever ago. First half. 9 minutes into this contest.
Didn't take them long. Titans getting down the left. They were brilliant with their crossing in the first half, getting into wide areas, and Jack Nelson there, centre forward play, strong, taking a big first touch and then getting onto it to just slide it home past the keeper. Great start for the Titans.
A minute into the second half.
Yeah, the perfect start. Perfect start for the second half for the Falcons. Molina gets out of his feet, hits a rocket to the bottom left-hand corner. That will be one for the highlight reel.
The end of regulation, we play 2 scoreless overtimes, and now we go to penalties to decide the Region 8 championship. So pick your best, right? So what's the attitude of each coaching staff here?
I think right now they're probably just figuring out who wants to take one, who doesn't want to take one. Sometimes players can want to take one before the game, but when the moment arises, they can change their mind. And I'm just trying to pick your consistent players that you know are fresh, you know they're going to have good quality. A lot of it's down to technique, and they've got tired legs right now, so they've got to have the technical ability, but also the mental strength to stay calm in the situation and calm in front of the goal and not be affected by the occasion. As a player, I mean, right now you're deciding, you know, am I ready? Do I want to take one? And it's a selfish, you know, it's a selfless thing to put your hand up if you're a big player and say, actually, I don't feel confident. I'm going to let someone else step up. You know, you want your big players to be there, but if you don't feel confident, that's a massive thing in penalties. So being honest in this situation is massive.
Jorge getting perhaps back in here. Came off injured early in that second half. Maybe there's just something in training, you know, that he can handle with a penalty shootout that maybe Kodai cannot. Interesting. So he'll be going for the Titans.
Yeah, it's a specialist, you know, a specialist thing to be a good shot stopper from the penalty spot. So, you know, they'll be he's obviously the one they trust in this situation, and you know, on the flip side, it's a mental game too. I mean, Daytona are seeing him come back into the game now for PKs, where they might affect him, where they see him, you know, and they know what he can do saving penalties, and you know, that's going to be in the mind of whoever's taking the penalty at the time.
How much time has been spent in training on this in recent weeks?
I would say they've probably spent the last week or two practicing at the end quite a lot, putting different situations on it, trying to put pressure on and make it as realistic as they can. Hoping that it never gets to this point, obviously. You know, you never want to put too much focus on practicing penalties, because it can kind of give the impression that you're expecting to get there. You know, you want to put a little bit more focus on the tactical side and how you're going to win the game in regular time. But at the same time, spending that time for worst case scenario that you have to be here. And yeah, they'll have been working together. I'm sure a lot of the players will be staying after practice, and you know, just getting their penalties down to a T, working with the keepers on what's difficult to save and little cues that they might be giving away. A lot of detail goes into it.
Well, I picked their best 5 for this. Appears we're going to go down to the goal to our left, to the north side of the stadium for this, and it will be the visitors, Daytona State, will kick first.
So slight advantage there. There's a small statistical advantage to going first in penalty shootouts. Not a lot in it though.
Appears it'll be Cordero to lead this thing off. Up against Ortega.
Referees will need to be on top of the goalkeepers here, making sure they limit the gamesmanship.
Keep those feet on the line, don't leave early. So Jorge Ortega cold for the last hour or so. Pressed into service, penalty kick number 1, and Cordero takes care of that. It is 1-0.
Yeah, confident. Never easy to go first. Stepped up, a lot of confidence, sent the keeper the wrong way. Good little penalty.
Bailey for Eastern Florida to level it here in round 1. Study up. Got it. Placed it. Right side. 1-1 after 1.
Great penalty. Look at the passion from the captain there. Took his time, relaxed, took the penalty in his own time. Keeper guessed the right way, but had absolutely no chance. Nestled right in the side netting. Fantastic penalty. Great bit of passion afterwards as well, just geeing up the fans there.
Sam Nicholson, the defender, to start round 2. Ortega having a word with the assistant referee. The run up and puts it high.
Good penalty. Doing the English proud right now. Not always been known for our penalty taking abilities.
No. Recent years it's been better.
It has, yeah.
Just don't mention Germany. Right?
Looks like these guys have been watching them and learning too, so.
Yeah.
Yep, 3 very good penalties so far.
This is Holman. So Mo to keep it level. Does just that.
No doubts there. Had a very good game, very good game.
2-2 after 2. Got the poster set.
Again, Diaz went the right way for the second time, but too much quality in the penalty again.
Zambrano up next. Nobody's blinked yet.
Holman across his body there, right footer. Easy to get wrong, but if you get it right, it's a great penalty.
God, you can just feel the nerves. Exciting for the kids to watch this. Round 3 begins with Zambrano. Ortega waits. Carlos, the stutter step, and it's saved.
Oh,
no good.
Hang on here.
Oh, he came off the line early. So we'll
stepped
re-kick.
off.
We'll re-kick. Hold everything, Flapjack.
You read it well. Read it well, came up big. Looked like he just took a step off the line though. Linesman flagged.
So a re-kick here.
He's got to keep at least 1 foot on the line when it's kicked.
Now, one referee's looking at that the whole way. So a reprieve here for Zambrano. This time we'll go straight at it and made no mistake. Put it right where Ortega could not get it, and now he waves.
Never easy, but a little bit of pressure off him after he missed the first one. Never know if they're going to go the same way the second time or if they change it up. He decided to change it up, and it was the right decision.
This will be Nelson to keep this level. We're around 3. The run up, no problem. Like a champ. 3-3 after 3, we go to round 4.
Yep, confident again. Stride up. Laces, hit it hard, hard and low. Always going to be hard for the keeper.
This is going to be due.
Great crowd energy. Been here for 110 minutes plus. Loving every minute. This is getting to make or break time. Looking for a hero, one side or the other.
Titans on that line trying to get the crowd fired up. Do makes it count.
Calm and collected. Could see him collecting his thoughts before he took it.
Bet you his heart rate didn't even move. Now Junior Smith, as the pressure just starts building a little bit. Smith with the left foot. Saved. Did not take it well. And now Daytona State could win it.
Yeah, it gave Diaz a chance there. Diaz obviously guessed the right way. Left-footed from Smith there, just pulled it inside.
His teammates there for him. Obviously this hurts.
Just pulled it in towards the keeper. Always a risk when you go that way. But you're going to pull it in more central. Diaz gets his body behind it and makes the save.
And it is Kevin Kelly. Titan killer earlier this season, 2 goals in the 3-1 win a week ago. To give the Falcons the Region 8 championship. Or will Ortega have something to say about it? Kelly shoots, scores, Daytona State wins. In penalties, 5-3, and they're back-to-back champions in Region 8, and do so on the visitors' field. Kelly, the finishing touches.
Yeah, who else do you want to take that penalty? Your star striker, composed, maybe loses his footing a little bit when he takes it, but still buries it in the back of the net. Always look confident stepping up to that one in a very tricky moment.
Give it to the 4th-ranked Falcons. They hung in there, conceded the first goal. 7 minutes into this contest, Eastern Florida could not finish it. Tough way to end our broadcast season here on WEFS, but congratulations to the Falcons, who will move on to face the Region 10 champion and a chance to get back to states for the 2nd straight year, and heartache here for the Titans. So as I mentioned, our last telecast, I want to thank everybody on the crew, starting with our producer Brian Foster, our director Roger Hayward, Mark Spear in the engineering, Loritz Karoff ran the replays tonight. Julie Howes typically does graphics tonight. The Slash camera, camera 3. Chuck Tetchke, as always, our audio extraordinaire in the truck. Ken Otto and Rhonda Perez back in master control. Jared Ramnarine running camera 1. John Martin camera 4, which is there on the field. Logan Hemingway camera 2. That ISO cam right above our broadcast position. Thank you. Michael Jordan. Not here tonight, but typically does that red hat of the A2. Tracy Rice next right next to us tonight handling the A2 duties. Thank you so much. Marcus Noriega on cameras most of the season. Melinda Sparks, our red hat tonight, often on audio as well. Christine Minhas on graphics tonight. And John White, our lower camera 4 there on the left side of the field. Thank you for our entire WEFS crew. We got winter sports season coming up. Hopefully that will fare better for the Titans as heartache again for the second straight year on the home field for the men's soccer program. Ryan, it was fun. Not the result we wanted, but certainly a game to remember.
Entertaining game for sure.
So for our entire crew, for Ryan Moon, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long from Melbourne, and here on the campus of Eastern Florida State College in penalties, Daytona State wins it 5-3 in penalties after 1-1 in regulation. Good night, everybody. We'll see you for basketball. Good night.
We now join our programming in progress.